Start again. Hello, everybody, and welcome to another episode from the Parson Realty Group, powered by Keller Williams West. My name is Eric Woodhone, and on today's show, we have the pleasure of getting to know Traci Bredenkamp. She is the owner of Acupuncture on Main. Ironically, with the rich history of this area, Acupuncture on Main is actually the first acupuncture place on Main Street. Thank you, Traci, so much for being here today.
Thanks for having me.
So, first thing, tell us a little about yourself.
Well, I am a St. Louis native. I was born and raised here, and I went all over the place, being in the military, West Coast, East Coast, and liked alternative health. So I decided to go to acupuncture school after career changing, and I did that out by Philly. And then we came back here to Missouri, and I started an acupuncture clinic 3 months ago. And so we're servicing St. Charles County mainly, but we see clients all over from St. Louis, and it's been great.
How long does it take to become an acupuncturist?
It takes 3 years.
3 years.
It's a 3 years master degree. Some programs are doctoral, but ours was a master's degree, and then about 1,000 clinical hours within that.
Okay. So I'm going to be the first one. I want to be the first to ever ask you this. Does acupuncture hurt?
I don't think it hurts. It's painless to me. There are some points on the body that could be more sensitive or tender, such as the ankles or wrists, but primarily acupuncture is a relatively painless method of pain relief when you're seeking relief from pain or a lot of stress and tension in the body. It's an excellent way of relieving that.
Awesome. Other than acupuncture, do you offer any other kind of treatments?
I do. I offer cupping, silicone, glass, and plastic cupping, which brings tension to the surface of the skin and moves some of those tensions along. I do a great modality called E-stim, which is acupuncture needles inserted into points, and then electrodes are attached to them to release trigger points along the muscles. It's excellent for pain. I do gua sha, which is a scraping technique, and then I also do sound healing as well, which is really good for things like depression or insomnia, things where the stress is contributing to the condition in the body more so than just like mechanical functions.
So you do a whole lot of different things, and it's not just needles.
Right.
That everyone's afraid of, that we're coming here to get pain.
Right. It's pretty relaxing, actually. Most people report being super relaxed when they're done with the treatment. So it's just more of getting to know what it is, what it can do for you, what conditions we treat, that kind of thing.
So what ultimately led you to have a career change and become an acupuncturist?
Oh, I was in a couple of car accidents when I lived on the East Coast, and I had a lot of pain. I have always been more of a health nut and ran and did various things, and then after sort of a series of events and injuries, accidents, I was just shot, and I was only in my 30s. So I just started looking for solutions, and acupuncture was one of them that came along and really helped me with back pain in particular. So I just started going more and more, and then I got more into it, and I kind of knew that that's something that I would want to do. And I lived in a place that had an acupuncture school, so
that's even helpful.
Yeah, because there's not a lot. So I went through the program, got licensed, and came here to offer it.
And people in St. Charles are thankful you're here for it. I'm super.
I hope so.
Well, speaking of St. Charles, you have a phenomenal location right here on Main Street in St. Charles. What was the biggest reasons that led you to find a location here?
I think that I love the history on Main Street. I know that there's a newer development on the other side of 70 on Main, but I love the fact that this building literally has been here since right after the Civil War, and I felt that it was very rich in history, and it just had a charm to it. There's lots of restaurants and shops. I believe this is one of a very well-known historic area in the whole country. It's huge, and a lot of historic districts sort of look to the St. Charles Historic District for some of their guidance, but the space came about, and I just thought it's perfect fit, perfect for me, and it has been great. I really like it.
And I will attest that Traci is very affluent in the history of St. Charles in this Main Street area. We were talking earlier. What's the name of your dogs?
Lewis and Clark.
That'll tell you how interested and how devoted she is to this area.
Yeah, yeah.
Well, also on Main Street, it's also known for food and shops and restaurants.
Yeah.
What's your favorite place to eat out here?
I happen to like Llewellyn's, which is just a block down. I happen to be a vegan, so I can find vegan things there, and it's just convenient for me. There's a lot of great bakeries on this street. Kilwin's is an ice cream place that they just flock to it in the summertime, so my kids really like that. And then underneath me, a bakery is opening called Baked in another month or so. So that's also a way that people find me, because I'm right above it.
Yeah.
So.
What do you like to do in St. Charles? Not just in Main Street, but just in St. Charles in general. There's lots of stuff to do.
Yeah, like I said, I like to hike, so the Katy Trail is probably my favorite thing to do in St. Charles. It's long, it goes north and south, it's really scenic, so you can bike it, you can run it, you can walk it, you can also hit everything on Main Street really easily, or across 70 as well. You can hit that from the trail, you can get over there.
Oh, really?
Yeah, so it's convenient for me, because if I have a break, then I can go do that and get some type of workout in.
That's cool. Well, if you are out watching this and you want to contact Traci, what's the best way to contact you and schedule an appointment or a consultation just to see what you can do? You
can contact me on my website, which is acupunctureonmain.com, or my email, acupunctureonmain@yahoo.com, and I always get back to you one way or another.
Yes, and we will put all that information on the site as well. One last question. Can you tell everybody any exciting news that you have, or any potential deals or things to be looking forward to?
Yeah, we are running a really good special for the new year that focuses on pain in the body. So as opposed to like New Year's resolutions where you're trying to lose weight or do all these things, it's more like when you have pain, you really can't do any of those things very well. And so that's sort of the first thing to address. And so I do that mainly with eStim, and there's a special running starting in January for a couple months that you can go to the website and find out about how to, in particular, back pain, low back pain, neck pain, shoulder pain. It's really, really good for.
That is awesome. Hopefully they'll take advantage of it. And again, we'll have a link to it on our site as well, or we'll link you to Traci's website, and hopefully you'll be able to take full advantage of it. And if you have back pain, neck pain, you can get the relief that Traci can offer you. Well, I appreciate all your time, but unfortunately that's all the time we have so far for this week. A special thank you to Traci. Thank you so much for meeting with us. And just from a personal experience, as someone who has received acupuncture from Traci, she is fantastic. It is a truly relaxing experience and calming session. So from myself and the entire Parson Real Estate team, your neighborhood realtors, thank you for watching. We'll see you next week.